Hey fam, what's up, This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com. I'm coming to you, bringing you your commentary for the X Factor. We are at the judges' homes now. We got cut off yesterday because there was a baseball game that was, they had rain delay and, oh yeah, it was so much drama. So the first thing I want to say is that this was a 2-hour show, and there's going to be another show. It's going to be on Sunday at 8. So instead of waiting till next week to finish up the Judges' Houses segment, they're going to go on and they're going to do it Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, I think. We started out, they had the groups already, so they sent them each to their houses. And I just wrote, the boys are with Reid, and they were in the Hamptons in New York. They also are having mentors help them out, so Rhianna was their extra mentor. The girls with Simon Cowell in France, of all places, which was very exciting. And they were supposed to have Mariah Carey, but because of the hurricane, I think it was Hurricane Irene at the time, she didn't end up making it. The groups with Paula, Abdul in Santa Barbara, and they were with Pharrell, which was kind of exciting for them. They were all like, especially the girls, they just went crazy when he came out. And the over 30s were with Nicole, Scherzinger in Malibu with Enrique Iglesias. Iglesias, I think it's Iglesias. Okay, I should know that, right? So what they're doing now is all of the performers have to perform for their mentors, and they will be cut in half. So they're getting rid of half. So they're 8 in each section now, in each category, and they're going down to 4 next, and it'll be 16 of course in all, so from 32 down to 16 after the Sunday night show. There were 2 new groups that I wanted to point out, and that's Intensity and Lakoda Rayne. I wrote that down, so they'll come up later on. First up was Brian Astro, the astronomical kid, Bradley, and he performed for Rhianna in LA, and he rapped and beatboxed over The Message by Grandmaster Flash. I thought he had such a good vibe, and he had a serious lyrical flow for such a young guy. I mean, he just had so many good change up, and it just sounded good. As a singer, as a performer, it sounded good to my ear. I'm not a rapper, I can't really judge rappers, but I know that I enjoyed it because he had so many things going on in there, and he wasn't just one little beat. He just was changing things up, and he had little stuff going on. It was very good. He was very confident. Rhianna said that she thinks he's so cute, and he was. He just commanded the little stage that they had set out, little patio. Next up, Simone Battle. She remembered her words, thank God, this time. And I thought she looked good, and she actually had a good performance. The Anser did Perfect, I would say, by Pink. I don't know what Simone did. If you know, then let me know. They had good harmony. I wrote they had a nice blend. And I just wanted to point out, I put live question mark, because I'm sorry, I do not think them being out in the air like that with the breeze going and everything, that they're singing live. Okay, I don't know if you think they're singing live. If you do, let me know. But it sounds like these are all studio versions, and they are like kind of lip syncing along to them, to me. And that's because I performed outside, I watched theater pieces outside, I watched concerts outside, and there's always some kind of noise going on, and there's absolutely no noise at all in these recordings or these performances. So they're probably not live. So I am talking about the performance, the vocal performance, when I give my little critique, you know, because I just don't believe that they are singing these live. Next up, Dexter Haygood did Crazy in Love, or some version of Crazy in Love. It seemed to me like he was doing, you know, it was based on a sample, and he's probably doing some of what came before. I don't know for sure because I don't know the original song. But I wrote he did Crazy in Love remix that really didn't come off well for him. It didn't, and vocally, it just didn't come off well. He was entertaining, not necessarily in a good way, and he just didn't sound good. It just didn't do anything for me. Skyelor Anderson was up next. He sang a country song that I don't know, so you can pop that down in the comments if you know. In this performance, to me, it kind of just showed his weaknesses. He has such a young voice, and it is nice. It has a lot of color and everything, but it's got a lot of growing to do, and he needs a lot of tutoring, a lot of voice classes. He has a nice sound. It's just a lot of rough edges, and but he sings with a lot of emotion, and it seems very authentic to me. This young boy, young black male doing country, it does seem very authentic to me from the way he talks and the way he sings to the way he sings. It does relate, and it does relate well. He's just young and he needs a lot of work. Tora Woloshin did Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. She was worried about forgetting her words. I wrote she had some nice moments in the song, and she has such a quirky style, and her voice is so pleasing. I hope she moves forward because she just seems very special to me. I really, really liked what she did. The new group, the first new group that we saw perform, they're supposed to be a pop country group they were put together. They did Born This Way by Lady Gaga. And I wrote they sounded good together. They had a nice blend. They didn't have the choreography they were trying to do, yeah, I could have done without, but at least they were trying. They looked good. They all are so pretty, and together they make such a beautiful looking group, and they sound good. They each have, on their own, have good voices, and together they sounded very good. So I really liked them. Stacy Francis did Purple Rain, Prince, and you know what? She made both the judges' eyes start watering. Nicole was about ready to start really like just breaking down, crying. You know, she just gave a masterful performance once again. She has a beautiful instrument, a wonderful voice. She can do so many things with it. And she was actually pulled back a lot, I believe, in this performance. You know, she did come out and she did some really powerhouse stuff, but it was just really sedate and it was really nice. The problem I have with her now is she like gave this whole plea at the end, oh please, I mean, I really need this, and I think now she can really stand on her talent, and she doesn't need to be doing the begging and pleading because she is just amazing. She needs to get up there, do her thing, and just, you know, let it ride because she just is, she has an amazing instrument. The Brewer boys, the young duo, did Only Girl in the World by Rhianna. I wrote their harmony is so tight and pure. You know, it just sits right there in the pocket, just perfect. I thought it was a great arrangement of the song that fit their style very well. And I just want to see more of them. They just seem like nice kids, nice wholesome young kids, and I want to see more of them. Philip Lomax did Please Don't Stop the Music, another Rhianna tune. They were pimping to Rhianna, okay? They definitely were. And he had to sing it in front of Rhianna, which was kind of, he said was kind of nerve-wracking because he did his own arrangement and stuff. I like how he started out. You know, it was nice and slow and tender, but I felt like he lost something when the tempo came in. I thought it just didn't fit his style, his personality, and it didn't sound very good. He had a lot of bum notes and stuff like that throughout. He did okay, but for it to be like this big final performance where they were cutting 4 people, I just didn't think that he brought it. He has an interesting old school style, I wrote. I just wasn't feeling the performance, this performance. Elaine Gibbs was up next. To me, she seemed to take the judges like, it took them a while to warm up to her, and I think for one that it was not a very familiar song and it didn't get like a quick start. I think she needs a song that has a quick start where she can immediately blow and then pull back into something sweet and nice and then end up coming back up to a nice crescendo. I just didn't think the song translated well. I think she has a wonderful voice. She has a wonderful sound. She's a wedding singer like me, you know. She does corporate events and bar mitzvahs and weddings and parties and anything that she gets paid for with live bands. She's got a great instrument. She has a wonderful style. She's very comfortable on stage, you know, just stands there and does what she does. I just thought it was a bad song choice. I thought a lot of these for the performers were bad song choices, and I think the producers chose these songs or the mentors chose these songs, and I just didn't think most of them were really fit for the singers that they were chosen for. Koch did Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, the Shierelles. Very old school style. I thought she was just brilliant at it though. Lots of emotion. She had a solid sound from the beginning. When she started, it was very breathy, and she got more and more composed as she went along, and at the end it was just dead on. Just, you know, the kind of thing that brings tears to the eyes. Very nice sound, nice support. It was very touching. I really enjoyed it. Nick Voss did Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. Yeah, I thought it started out with a nice ethereal tone. It was very pretty way up there in his head voice and all that. But from there, it kind of went downhill for me. I think it was him going in and out of his head voice. I just think that he had so many. It was just a lot of, you know, most singers understand it was a break that just every time he went up and came back, it was like a jarring thing that was going on, and it it just really took away from the performance. I wrote kind of a mess. Yeah, I just didn't think that it translated well. I didn't think it went very well. For sure, a group, they did, I really liked the first guy's tone. The first guy who soloed had a very rich baritone tone, and the guy after him, who's I think their normal lead, his voice sounded thin in comparison. But I think they all sound good together. They have a nice blend. They have a good harmony. They were doing some moves and stuff. They were very tight, you know, so everything was good. They sound good together. James Kennan did Russian Roulette by Rhianna. Again, another Rhianna tune. I wrote it was very short but intense. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was, you know, up to par, I guess, from some of the other great performances. But it was nice. It wasn't great. And he has a nice, like, he has this rock voice with a little soul in it. I really like that. I just thought, I don't know, it could have been more something. I don't understand. I don't know what it is, but more something. Last up on this episode was 14-year-old Drew Weinowitz. She did It Must Have Been Love, Roxette. Yeah. The first thing I didn't like was that she was sitting down on her performance. Now, granted, they may not have been singing live, so you have to take that into account. But I think, you know, when you're performing, this is a big, you know, thing that's happening right here. You need to be ready. You need to be present. You need to be up in their face. You need to be standing. Or even if it's like the bench, the high bench, where you have to be, you know, grounded, one leg on the ground or something like that. This was like very, you know, like sitting on the seat like back, comfortable, you know, like one of those director's chairs. I just didn't like that. I don't like that in a singer. And she's young, and somebody must have told her to do that. Maybe she had nerves or something, but I didn't like that. On the other hand, I thought she has a great voice, and she has a depth in her voice and in her emotional output that is far beyond her years. I mean, it was just mind-blowing to me. I loved how tenderly she approached the song, you know, and how she just worked it all up and through her range. I really enjoyed that. Technically, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was dead on. Just that one little note for me: don't sit down on the performance. If you have a choice, stand and give it, you know, that presence. Give them that, I'm here and I'm ready to perform. Yeah, so that's it. Now, remember, for the next performance, the next things at the judges' houses, the performance, the show is going to be at a special time, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remind me to, you know, tweet me. You know, if you follow me, there'll be a link down in down here in the description box. Please follow me. Tweet me on Sunday early and say, don't forget that it's Xfactor today, because I'm supposed to be going to a party, right? My name is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I do the So You Want to Be a Singer series here on YouTube. Please check that out. Check out my originals playlist. Got a lot of original music on there, and I'm coming out with a few more things this fall. Plus, of course, I'm going to have some original Christmas tunes for you guys. So subscribe and check me out. Keep in touch. All right, peace.